mama going live. She going live. Counting the racks, securing the bag. Shawty be going live.
Hey man, it's your boy Season, and we back at it again with another upload for another reaction video. This time we're gonna be reacting to My Story Animated. I chose Dad when my parents divorced, but I had no idea he's the devil. I just happened to run across this video, so I thought you guys might enjoy it. Also, don't forget to like the video, comment below, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that sub button. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Kim, and sometimes in life we make mistakes. I'm only 14 years old, and I'm sure I still have a lot to learn, but I can honestly say so far my life has been like a roller coaster, with more downs than ups. The first few years of life was amazing. It was just me and my mom and dad, and we were always so happy. Every weekend, we would have picnics in the forest, and I remember we were always laughing, and I felt like the luckiest little kid in the world. One day, though, everything changed. I'll never forget it because it was my birthday. We just got back from a trip to the ice cream shop, and I went to wash off my face because I got ice cream all over it. And that was when the shouting started. And it didn't stop until the next day when my dad drove away with only a suitcase and tears in his eyes as he said goodbye to me.
Wow.
I didn't really understand
That's
what was
very
going
sad.
on. But after only a few months, a new man moved into our house. And that's kinda how my life went for the next few years. I'd go visit my dad on the weekends, but I always dreaded coming home to my mom's. My parents eventually got divorced.
Wow.
And it hurt so much, especially
That
seeing
do
how
hurt.
upset my
That
dad
hurt a
was.
lot.
Even though my mom's new boyfriend wasn't a bad guy, I still didn't like him at all because I blamed him for breaking up my family. I was always trying to break them up by saying he worked too much and that he would never love her the way my dad loved her. But no matter how hard I tried, my mom always stayed on his side. One day, he asked my mom to marry him, and I was hysterical. I had just turned 13, and I was so angry. I started screaming at my mom that she was a cheater, and that she had wrecked me and my dad's life. And how could she be so evil? I told my mom that I'd had enough, and that I was going to live with my dad, and there was nothing she could do to stop me. She kept saying how I'm a teenager now, and how I'll need my mom, and that she really doesn't think it'll be a good idea for me to go stay with my dad. But I refused to listen to her. Eventually, she said, "Okay, go live with your dad then." I was so surprised she'd actually agreed, and was afraid she'd change her mind. So I quickly ran to my room and packed all my stuff. At first, it was really cool to be living with my dad. He let me redecorate my room, and he always let me have friends come over for sleepovers. For the first time in ages, I felt really happy. But oh, how that feeling quickly disappeared. My dad seemed different, and not in a good way. One night, I came home from the movies and found out my dad had invited some friends over. They were all drunk, and my dad had ordered me to get them some cold beers from the fridge. He'd never spoke to me like this before, and I was too scared not to do it. I gave them the beers, and as I started to walk upstairs to my room, my dad called me back and asked me where I thought I was going. Then he said they were all starving, and they'd been waiting for me to come home and cook them something. Then I heard my dad saying to his friends that females belong in the kitchen. When I heard him say this, I burst into tears. But I still heated up the pizzas for them because I didn't want my dad to be angry with me. The next night,
This is a very sad
the same
story.
thing happened. And gradually it got worse and worse. One weekend, Dad's friends stayed over and watched soccer all night. They were so drunk, and in the morning, there was broken glass everywhere. Dad made me clean it all up, and I cut my hand on a glass shard, and he didn't even care. But then, as soon as his friends left, he came over and gave me a big hug and said how much he loved me and how proud he was of me. I was so confused. His words showed me how much he cared, but his actions were horrible. I knew he had a drinking problem, and he'd stopped going to work. He sat me down one day and said he needed money. Seeing how desperate he was, I asked my mom for some money for toiletries and stuff, and then I gave it to Dad. He didn't even say thank you. And that night, he threw a big party. All of his friends were there, and they were super drunk. I told him I was going to Mom's for the weekend.
Like, for real
and as I opened the front door to leave, he threw his beer bottle at the wall.
Because the dad is a serious alcoholic.
By an inch. I closed the door and turned to face him. And then I exploded. I started shouting that my mom was right all along, and that no sane person would ever want to live with such a man. My dad looked shocked, and his friends all laughed. I quickly grabbed my bag and ran all the way to my mom's house. As soon as she opened the door, she saw the tears in my eyes. She was sad and told me that she didn't want me to know the truth about my dad like that. She wanted me to always love him. She said she is sorry that I had to experience some of what she went through in the past. I was still just looking down at my feet. Then I said, "I'm very sorry, Mom. Will you take me back? Please?" My mom touched my face and raised it to her face and said, "Always. You are my beloved daughter, and you're always welcome here, sweetie." Then we hugged, and I never wanted to let go again. What do you think of this story? Please feel free to share your comments and stories in the comment section below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel.
That is it for the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the story. Don't forget to like, comment on the video. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. And we out. Peace.